You know that feeling when you walk into a big high-end sports bar or a casino floor?
Mhm.
The energy is just electric, right?
Yeah.
Screens everywhere. But have you ever stopped to think about I guess, the sheer panic if one of those main screens just goes black?
Oh, absolutely. It's
Yeah.
that record scratch moment.
Yeah,
In the pro AV world, a black screen isn't just a glitch, it's a revenue killer.
exactly. And that is exactly where we are digging in today. We're looking at a piece of hardware designed to stop that exact moment of panic.
Right.
We're doing a deep dive into the WolfPack 4-port HDBaseT Output Card from HD TV Supply. This is not just about plugging in a TV. It's about how you move huge amounts of data across an entire building without, losing your mind.
Or losing your signal. And the WolfPack card is so interesting because it tries to solve two things that they usually fight each other in AV distribution,
Hmm.
distance and reliability.
Okay, so let's tackle distance first. I mean, if I run a normal HDMI cable, more than 15, maybe 20 feet, the signal just falls apart. You get snow, dropouts.
Yeah, it's basically useless after that. But this card claims to push a full 1080p video signal over 300 feet.
Over 300 feet.
330 feet to be exact.
Yeah.
And it's not using some crazy expensive cable. It uses HDBase technology, which pushes that signal over a standard CT6 or TT7, just Ethernet cable.
The same stuff you have in your walls,
Mm-hmm.
which is way cheaper and easier to run. But usually when you do that, when you convert video to run over Ethernet, you pay a price, right? A latency tax.
That's the common trade-off. Yeah, you move the mouse and like half a second later the cursor moves.
Right.
But the specs here are pretty impressive. They list the hardware switching speed at a maximum of 200 nanoseconds.
Wait, nanoseconds. That's effectively instant.
For our eyes, yeah. It translates to what they call a seamless switch in about 100 milliseconds. So if you're swapping inputs on a video wall during a big game, nobody is going to see a flicker.
And it handles all the big audio formats, too.
All of them. 7.1 Dolby Digital, DTS HD, and it's fully 3D capable.
It's probably worth pointing out that HD TV Supply is an official approved adopter of HDBaseT. That's a big deal because there are a lot of knockoffs out there that don't really hit the spec.
Precisely. But honestly, the specs are great, but the feature that really caught my eye was the physical design. It addresses the big single point of failure problem.
Okay, so you're talking about the modularity, the slide-in card thing.
Exactly. Most matrix switchers are just one big box. If, say, port number 3 gets fried by a power surge,
You have to rip the whole unit out of the rack and send it for repair. Your whole system is down.
the whole thing goes down. With this WolfPack unit, it's different. If one output fails, you slide out the bad card, slide in a new one, and you're back up and running.
It turns a total catastrophe into, what, a 5-minute maintenance ticket?
That's it. And speaking of failures, their test protocol is, well, it's almost paranoid in a
Yeah.
good way. They do this 24-hour aging process.
What is that?
I wish more companies did this. They run the cards for a full day in a special aging room before they even box them up. They're trying to force any early component failures to happen in their factory, not at your install.
And if it does fail down the line?
They have a 2-year warranty with an advanced replace program. If a board fails, they'll ship a replacement, usually within 24 hours in the U.S.
Wow. Okay, so let's talk control for a second. A lot of this high-end gear can lock you into their own, proprietary ecosystem. Is this card playing nice with others?
It's surprisingly open. It has drivers for the big commercial players, Crestron, Control4, or Elan. But for the tinkerers listening, it also supports RS-232 scripting.
The old school serial control. Really?
It's old, but it's the universal language of hardware. It means you can write your own simple drivers. The commands are just basic text strings. So you aren't forced to hire a certified programmer just to tell the system to change an input.
So it's commercial grade and DIY friendly in the same box. You don't see that often.
It really bridges a gap.
And I think that's the real takeaway here. We're seeing this shift where serious commercial gear is becoming modular and accessible enough that it's not just for stadiums and casinos anymore. It kind of raises a question, doesn't it? As these black boxes become more open and more repairable, are we getting to a point where a really savvy homeowner could manage a pro-grade video system themselves without a massive service contract?
With hardware like this, I think we're getting very, very close.
Something to think about next time you're staring at a screen. Thanks for listening to this deep dive. We'll catch you on the next one.